Jimmy Crute, upon walking into the octagon, went to high-five Paul Craig. That was denied.
I feel very much, as you were saying during the walkouts, you know, Paul Craig said there was a lot of love in Scotland for him. That might have been a problem. He's trying to maintain a warlike mindset for this fight. Beautiful double leg entry there. Nice drive through, look at that.
Yeah, that's a very strong lineage. Both fighters with brown belts, in fact.
Oh, nice work by Jimmy Crute. Clamped onto a head here. Could potentially get a sweep if he continues to bridge. Nice work by Paul Craig.
With UFC vet Phil de Vries. He is a heavyweight, so just been reversed here. And a young Australian gets into top half guard.
It was a very well-timed bridge from Jimmy Crute. You see Paul Craig's got the lockdown on the left leg of Jimmy Crute. Good work by Jimmy Crute here. Managing to spread his base really well. Preventing Paul Craig from getting an underhook. Back to the striking range, exactly where Jimmy Crute wants this. Oh!
Crute lost his balance there.
Yeah.
Dan really extended himself on that long left hook.
Managed to scramble for a takedown, but finds himself defending a triangle here. Nice hammer fist by Paul Craig.
Nicely done by Crute.
Yeah,
try and pass the legs away.
Good pressure pass attempt, but Paul Craig is insistent on the armbar and the triangle. Threatening, but nice passing, very good.
Cut through the defences of Paul Craig, slid straight into the mount. 2 minutes left in the opening round, and an arm triangle setup from the top.
Will be the second one of his career if he manages to pull this off.
Paul Craig looking to answer the phone at the moment, get some distance.
No urgency from Paul Craig. I wonder if he feels comfortable in this position, but Jimmy Crute is squeezing. This is looking good here.
He doesn't want to get to that moment where he realises he's left it a bit too late. That was nicely done. Abandoned by Crute.
Yeah, this is good work by Jimmy Crute, and his punching power does transition to the floor as well. As
there it is.
Here.
Trying to punch a hole through Paul Craig.
Very enthusiastic scrambles from Jimmy Crute. It's going to be difficult to hold down. Paul Craig always... Oh, nice
back kick. Oh, he
Level
ducks
change.
under. Clamps on, but Crute is in the more dominant position here. Really getting some love from the crowd as well. They are celebrating every single moment.
Excellent at scrambling to the top position, looking for a Kimura here.
Paul Craig went all floppy fish with that left arm.
Got to start building a frame in this position, Paul Craig has.
Once again, he's got that figure four setup.
It's going to be difficult to get it while he's in half guard.
Yeah. Last 10 seconds. Jimmy Crute with a strong finish to this opening round. We'll be back with round number 2 after these. Round number 2. Crute in the grey, Craig in the blue. Dan, Jimmy Crute went back to Sam Greco, the 3-time world champion kickboxer, between rounds. What were his instructions for the young fighter?
Paul Craig's not allowing any movement into this position at all, though.
Now trying to put him in that horrible position in the corner of the octagon, fence and canvas. Now Khabib style, looking through his eyebrows and just punching above his own head to find the chin of Jimmy Crute.
Going to threaten that right arm of Paul Craig, or maybe even look to sweep. He did a good job in the first round of elevating with his butterfly hooks, upsetting the balance and the base of Paul Craig. It's really allowed Paul Craig and his team to implement some more technology into their training camps. They monitor his
nice step over Dan. I thought he was going to get dumped back down, but that wasn't the case.
So let's see if Jimmy Crute attacks that lead leg. It looked like he was going to throw a big shot there. Paul Craig goes straight into the
straight up to the neck. Opts to switch round to the back, or from the side, I should say. Oh, they're big hammer fists as Paul Craig tries to roll through.
Go to the fence, go to the fence, Jimmy.
Controlled there by Paul Craig, who was able to get back into the legs of Jim Crute.
drive. That's nice work there. Who jumps on an opportunity, does Paul Craig.
Keeping that close guard, he's just keeping him on his back. If he wants this fight on the feet, now he's attacking an arm. Good scramble. Great work.
What a way to use your butterfly. Nice work there by Jimmy Crute. Rolls him through.
I think one thing that's clear to Jimmy Crute is that Paul Craig doesn't really want to contend in the kickboxing range. Every time there's an opportunity.
Look at the strength of the man.
Absolutely. Powerful for a young man, 22 years old as well. He's still got to grow into this weight class.
Just jumped over and finishes the round once again in a top position, hunting for that submission. Looks like we'll be back with round number 3 after these.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I am noticing that there's blood on his right foot, though. He just seems to be stepping on that a little sheepishly. I'm not sure whether he's injured it on one of those kicks or whether he's taken the skin off the top of it with these low-level shots. Well, I mean, the reality is that until we have a UFC event on the moon, this is about as far as you can travel for one fighter to get to a fight.
Elon Musk is, with his relationship with Joe Rogan, I'm sure that they'll be able to work something out. Put you down for that one, Dan?
Absolutely, John. Get my spacesuit dusted off. If he postures up and starts landing shots here, he's got 3.5 minutes to really work. We've got Paul Craig potentially giving his back here as well.
Got to be careful of his left arm again. As Jimmy Crute walks his fingers round. Looks like he's got a grip there.
So
tight against the fence though, Dan.
He is. What I'm looking at here, so you can see Jimmy Crute's got a 3/4 guard, his knees through. Now he's trying to slide it to the opposite side. So Paul Craig is trying to hold on to that quarter guard as best he can, and he's trying to keep his left hand on the side of his head. That's allowing him to maintain a little bit of breathing room. There's still pressure. It's still very uncomfortable. And if you're a fatigued fighter, that's good work from Jimmy Crute. Now he's really going to be able to put some pressure in. The fence is causing him some problems, but Paul Craig's helping him by moving away.
Yeah, nice angle here.
This might be a slow squeeze. This might be a slow squeeze.
He's sort of I think he's trying to get a hold of one of the legs so that angle isn't created. This time he's trying to worm his way out, Dan. What's the defense here?
Crute's coming too high at the moment. He's not low enough. He needs to drop his shoulder down to get deeper onto the tricep. Even better if he's under the arm of Paul Craig. Then he can use Paul Craig's own shoulder to start to cut off the oxygen supply.
Elbows, punches from a dominant mount. Getting a little rally going as well, really trying to drop a shelling on Paul Craig.
Yeah, looking for the flurry to finish. Strikes now has been overtaken by Jimmy Crute. 60 to Jimmy Crute.
He's trying to rip that arm around Paul Craig's back.
Got to get out of that half-guard position, really. He got it to the tap! Wow!
Well done, Jimmy Crute in his debut with a submission finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Percival has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 51 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by submission due to a Kimura, Jimmy Crute!
Super Sadiq and Saman Mokhtarian. Yusuf in the green camo, Mokhtarian in the grey. Yusuf with a big power game. Mokhtarian a little wild.
Yeah, you can tell Saman Mokhtarian was immediately, as soon as the fight started, he was expecting a powerful rush from Sadiq Yusuf. Now he's going to hold him against the fence. He's going to try and smother this. If he can get an inside or outside reap and put this fight on the floor, I think Mokhtarian's going to feel like he has the advantage there.
Smashed his foot into Davis's legs on the Contender Series. Thought he might have a fracture, but that wasn't the case. So both of them repaired, and they're back. Also, both of these fighters have their own respected tribes as well. People that look up to them. The Australian top team from Mokhtarian. And then Yusuf has a Super Sadiq squad back in Nigeria, where he sends money back to. These guys are throwing down, Dan. Yusuf coming forward, huge rips to the body.
These are big shots coming through.
Mokhtarian's coming up, but that's it. Super Sadiq gets it done in one.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Greg Clenion's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 14 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO Super Sadiq Youssef.
Rocco's been really in Matthews' face, talking to him, and it's almost as if he hasn't said a thing. They have similar fight records in terms of total number of outings. One more for Rocco.
Maybe not a welterweight, but you've got to think, I mean, you know, the guys that Jake Matthews has fought have been some of the toughest in the division, in my opinion. You know, the Leech is on a real roll at the moment. Jake Matthews was able to edge him in a decision. That was a very tough fight. Showed a lot of heart in that fight. And a lot of diversity in his game as well. He tried several things to get the Leech out of there, but was unable to.
He's been with us a long time now. He just ate that leg kick.
That was a powerful leg kick, and you can also see the low calf kick has already reddened up the lead leg of Jake Matthews.
Matthews looking for that Celtic rip, that left hook to the body.
Head kick attempt from Rocco Martin.
Having a little conversation in there as Matthews lands that lead left.
Beautiful work.
They're swinging now.
Spun his mouthpiece around. Jake Matthews throwing hard. Feels like he might win the power equation here.
They're tuning up here. Rocco goes to
guillotine.
Matthews jumps on his neck.
Beautiful scramble by Rocco Martin, but he's not out of danger at the moment. Possibly looking for a Von Flue choke. Nice work by Jake Matthews to get guard back.
He's still
on the neck.
on that neck, Dan.
As I said at the walkouts, Rocco Martin's got great guillotine defense because he finds himself in them so much. He likes the level change. He's got a long neck, so this is a position he's defended several times. It's got to be the perfect guillotine to get a tap out of Rocco Martin.
Ooh, that went from 0 to 100 very quick. We're going to hit a break and we'll be back with round 2. Just want to send a quick congratulations to Jake and his partner. They're expecting a baby. Ooh. So he's not only getting ready for a fight, he's getting ready for fatherhood.
Yeah, I think he's expecting a knockout, John, more than anything. He's committing everything to that overhand right. I'd like to see him follow it up with the left hook. I feel like he had success in the first round by coupling those strikes together. When he's throwing them singularly like this, they tend to kind of bounce off Rocco Martin's shoulders. You can see the shots coming because they're big power shots as well. That was beautiful. Step through with the high kick. Really wading through with these punches now is Jake Matthews.
Only really finding air with those. Nice 1-2 there from Rocco.
Very, very powerful submission fighter, but certainly knows how to read the game. It's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, handed Rocco his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts.
I mean, you can see the bruising down the lead leg. There it is again. Ouch.
Yeah, American top team really favoring that low calf kick. And it's not the slap always the ones that really hurt.
No,
that thud.
It's the thud, yeah. It's the bone into the meat and the outside leg.
That's it, stay on it! Come on! You go, open up!
Taylor Harrison.
Rocco Martin's definitely the aggressor throughout this round, and it does seem like Jake Matthews is waiting for that perfect opportunity to land the overhand right. In the meantime, you know, he's taking some of these low kicks, which is really going to take the sting out of that punch.
16 apiece for head strikes. But if you look at the legs, there's a couple of leg kicks that Jake Matthews has had to endure.
Well, you know, Rocco's playing the long game with those low kicks. Ouch. That was a good short right hand from Rocco Martin. He took a knee for his trouble. Nice short punch again on the inside.
Last 10 seconds of round number 2 as Rocco demonstrates his boxing ability. We'll be back to round 3 after between Rocco Martin and Jake Matthews. Dan, in between rounds, what did you get from the corners?
Well, you know, great coaching from both sides. In the Jake Matthews corner, it was predominantly addressing the low kick, the low calf kick. striking coach was asking him to turn his lead leg out to try and stop him getting turned around with the low kick. Brock Larson in Rocco's corner was very calm. He just, kind of said, starting to that looked like it hurt him then. He reached for that takedown.
That's an error there by Matthews as Rocco jumps on his back.
Nice work with that far side hook. Beautiful.
Oh, he's trying to turn that into an arm-in guillotine, Dan. Oh, no, he's not. He's got like an arm triangle attempt.
Yeah, it looks like he's... I can never get the Anaconda Darce choke correct, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, he's out! He's out! Wow!
What a squeeze that was for Rocco Martin.
Wow.
The arm triangle choke.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jim Perdios has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 19 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by technical submission due to an Anaconda choke, Anthony Rocco Martin.
Willis wearing the grey as if you need reminding. Hunt in the black. Southpaw for Willis. Orthodox for the K1 legend.
He's an absolute superstar, is Mark Hunt. He's got so much experience, so many fights that people can look back and reminisce on. And I will say he looks in incredible shape as well. His time over in Thailand is really paying dividends. And I think, also having Ty and Tyson, hot on his heels is going to help get him in shape for these fights. So
That's happened before, Dan.
Yes, it has. But it's not going to stop him throwing it. What we are going to be able to see is where he's landing his kicks quite clearly on Justin Willis. You can see that inside low kick has spread blood across the lead leg of Justin Willis. Reading his opponent and the extent of their reach, he knows that Big Pretty's got a big punch on him. He's got the reach advantage as well. But Mark Hunt doing an excellent job with the kicks at the moment.
Clearly in shape coming into this one. Training back at the American Kickboxing Academy. On a 7-fight win streak. Doing big things in this division.
Those body kicks are beautiful, and look at that. So he fires the right hand and then he rolls towards his right hand side as well, staying out of the way of the big left hand of Justin Willis. Those kicks from Hunt are doing a great job. That right hand as well. I think
admired his work there.
I think he felt like he found his range with that right hand.
Seconds left in this opening round.
Willis trying to stay loose, circling away from the power kicks of Mark Hunt. Nice jab. Hunt seems unfazed.
Last few seconds left. We'll be back with round 2 after these.
And they seem to have cleared it up pretty well as well. I mean, surprisingly, it's only a very small laceration. But
a lot of knockdowns for Mark Hunt in the UFC. A lot of knockouts as well, and a hell of a lot of bonuses. Nice straight left.
Really nice.
You just don't know what's going to happen in a heavyweight fight, do you, Dan?
And in a Mark Hunt fight as well.
Yeah.
I always feel like he's planning something.
Willis happy to work on that outside, but you can see he's looking for openings with a power hand, Dan. Through that there. Getting closed down momentarily. That's what makes him so very dangerous. Sent a shot low, but that wasn't it.
Here, 14 shots to 23 in favor of Willis. Really nice jab, very fast. There's no overinvestment either.
In round number 2. A patient performance by both of these fighters. We'll be back for round 3 after these.
No, they haven't. I feel like Willis, I feel like this was his game plan. Now we watched the way he came out in this third round, a bit more active, a couple of jabs. He's just not overcommitting to anything. He's a little bit dead, he's a little bit flat on his feet. I mean, he's still moving, but he's not really throwing anything. His kicks have come off the table now, he's not throwing them anymore. Oh, that's a nice head kick from Big Pretty.
That's something that we hadn't seen earlier on in this fight. That jab's a really nice tool for him, though. Came in as the favourite, though, Dan, minus 145.
Yep, Mark Hunt's mobility is not what it was in the first round. I know he does look a little more fatigued than he did before, but I can't imagine that's down purely to conditioning.
He looks a little off balance as well on some of these shots, Dan.
He's got half a round to make something happen.
The crowd certainly getting behind him.
Big Pretty's racking up the shots here. 41 strikes to 16 in favor of Justin Willis.
And be aware that Willis might look to shoot this round.
Nice uppercut, nice rear uppercut from Justin Willis. He's picking his shots well. And every time Mark Hunt steps into punching range, he's just touching him with that lead jab, just stinging him in the face. Hunt's just, he's allowing Willis to continue circling, he's following him. I mean, absolutely don't blink, because either of these fighters could score the knockout any minute, but I feel Mark Hunt's really got to do more with his footwork and with his octagon control to put himself in range to land the shot. Following Big Pretty around, he's not getting the fight he came for.
Willis once again pumps out that jab. Last few seconds now in this heavyweight contest.
Hunt just glanced down at his leg for a second then.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Justin Big Pretty Willis.
Tyson Pedro, a lot of support for him here. Alongside Mark Hunt and Tuivasa, Team Juggernaut, well represented on the card tonight. Massive opportunity for him. He wears the black, who are in the grey. That he brought to the octagon.
Oh, that was really nice work. 2 punches straight off. Oh!
They're both getting clipped. Pedro forced up against the fence.
Good body lock from Shogun. Maybe we're going to see some of his ground game here. Now he tries to separate. High kick for Pedro.
Nice right hand again there from Pedro.
There's those counter shots from Shogun. You know it's going to happen. Every time you step forward, he's waiting to counter. Overhand right, left hook.
His whole team out there for this one. Nice 1-2. Answered back by Shogun. Didn't look too troubled.
That counter right hand is like a heat-seeking missile. You can see some damage above the left eye of Tyson Pedro already. He's been opened up. He's taken a couple of them. A lot of redness to the nose of Shogun as well. I feel like he may have ran onto something. More feints again by Pedro, changing his angles. The shootbox guys from way back in Pride is that they stand their ground. It's a very buzzsaw cut. Oh, Shogun's hurt. Shogun's hurt. He's not on his feet. Pedro's landing shots. He's got to pick these shots carefully. Clean up, of course, and landing for Pedro.
Pedro looking for openings. Shogun losing his legs.
Shogun's legs are gone. Pedro worked for a takedown there. That was his mistake in the OSP fight. He has to be careful. If I was in Pedro's corner, I'd be telling him to break here. Good knee to the midsection. Shogun's equilibrium's gone. Pedro's on his foot.
Pedro's looking for a masterpiece here against Shogun Rua. Has to be very careful against the seasoned campaigner, the Hall of Famer.
That looked to me, I'm just seeing a replay of this, and as they came together, it actually looked like there was a clash of heads that rocked Shogun. He's still not got his head clear though. Tyson Pedro's landing good quality shots on the inside. A good knee to the midsection.
Yeah, Pedro looking for that middle path to land knees and uppercuts.
Watch for the elbows from Tyson Pedro in this position. 30 seconds to go. Shogun's going to be glad to see his stall at the end of this round. Takedown attempt. Good balance by Pedro.
Pedro did very little wrong against OSP in his last fight, and he's going to make sure that he keeps it tight tonight.
Shogun working a single leg. Tyson Pedro's got the Kimura.
We've seen this from him before.
Good defense.
Rua did well to avoid that as we reach the last few seconds of the opening stanza. We're going to take a break, but it'll be a short one. We'll see you in 30 seconds.
Bleeding into the braids. Oh, look at that!
Stunned.
Overhand right from Shogun.
Shogun always dangerous. Comes leaping forward with that left hook.
Shogun closing distance. Good body lock here, possibly trying to get to the back of Tyson Pedro, only being denied by the whizzer.
Pedro pushing on that grip, trying to get some space in the hips, but not enough. As Shogun takes this down to the mat, he'll have to be very careful of his arms as Pedro is looking for that figure four grip. Side control for Hua.
See what Shogun decides to do with this position. Looks like, to me, he's just clearing his head a little bit. See if Pedro's going to use the fence to get back to his feet here. He needs to create a scramble, otherwise this round's slipping away from him.
And he's not really taking a great deal of damage.
But this is where experience comes into play for Shogun. He knows he was hurt in that first round. This is good work, it's low-risk work. He's putting money in the bank. He's landing some good shots against Tyson Pedro here. Not massively damaging, but certainly enough to keep him busy. He looks to be
now on his
fixing.
hip, and a knee. Gets back up with a minute left. Going to strip that grip. When he got kicked to the back of the leg, we saw a little wince. Circled down to the mat once again. As Shogun assumes the role of grappler.
Great work by the veteran here. Shogun chipping away at the younger fighter. Looks like he's searching for a rear naked choke. Nice. Pulls him onto his back.
We'll be back with the next round after these. Down the body language of Tyson Pedro between rounds. What did you make of it?
Well, he looks fatigued. I think he's surprised that Shogun is as tough as he is, especially after that first round.
It was a limp as well.
Yeah, he looked very unstable on that rear leg.
That's good. Same
That's
on
a
the
knee
leg.
injury. That's absolutely a knee injury.
Taking
Shogun-
big shots now. The heavy artillery from Shogun. The legend is looking to punch his way to victory.
Pedro's covering him and he's...
Shogun Hua back in the win column here in Adelaide.
How's your foot?
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Steve Percival has called a stop to this contest at 43 seconds of round number 3, declaring the winner by TKO, Mauricio Shogun.
Dos Santos said he's going to feel him out for the first round and take him out in the second.
I think Ty wants to get this thing started.
Never shied away from a scrap in his life as Bam Bam.
I love this nonchalant confidence that Tai Tuivasa has been putting out all week. He's like, yeah, I'm here to fight. Oh, chases after him for a right hand. Got to be careful of that.
He's up against a very technical boxer tonight, is Tuivasa. A man who really enjoys employing his boxing work. Yes, he covers everything, but boxing is his true love.
He knows JDS can be on his toes for 25 minutes.
Yes, indeed he can. He's proved that time over in huge fights. This the biggest fight for Tai Tuivasa. Ever since he was told he was expecting a child, he really did change up the way he approaches the fight game. And now he's excited about what his potential could be. Andrei Arlovski in his last fight. That was a 3-round fight. This is scheduled for 5 rounds.
He's doing a,
nice
that was
right
a
hand.
beautiful right hand from JDS as Tai Tuivasa stepped in.
I'm not sure you could, maybe a gammon sandwich down a big old slab of
That was a nice elbow on the break.
He has a brawling style. Ooh.
Called on the kicks from JDS. Surely he was
Careful with
expecting
that.
those spinning kicks, and that seems to be something that JDS does when he is backed up against the fence. When he's struggling to find an avenue for his boxing, he tends to throw those spinning high kicks, which, I mean, they can work. We've seen them work against Mark Hunt, but they also can leave you exposed.
They've scalped big men in the past.
loss of footing there. I think that was tied to Tuivasa appreciating that JDS wanted none of the ground game.
JDS said it was disrespectful to the sport. Oh, that's a big uppercut. But Tuivasa's still there. His shadow is still over JDS.
Tuivasa's doing a great job of cutting JDS off. Look at this. So every time JDS circles to his beautiful
Massive
low kick, that's a game changer. He's swelling already on the outside of the knee.
JDS is still standing, however.
He's swelling already on the outside of the knee of JDS. The calf's bruising up. There's some redness there as well. Nice punches on the inside.
Dirty boxing from Tuivasa. The mobility of JDS.
And again on the chin.
It's a big
position from JDS.
Wow. Then smashed him with a leg kick, taking away the mobility, something that JDS relies on. Oh, nice over the top from Tuivasa. He's having success at range, in the mid-range and in close quarters. Crashing forward once again is Bam Bam.
Counter left hook from JDS as Tuivasa came in. He's powering that overhand over the top.
JDS with his mouth open, taking deep breaths, looking to use intelligent head movement to get off to the side and get his jab working. That's nice work.
Oh, that was a good check. That was a good check from JDS.
Have one back by the Brazilian. We've seen nerve damage in these low leg kicks before. Sometimes they are shaken off. Was it Cejudo
that was
able to do that, Dan?
Yeah, first round in his successful title attempt, he took some lead low kicks from Demetrius Johnson. Was damaged in that first round. You could see the lack of mobility he had in his ankle, but was able to come through that. That was a big shot. Tuivasa went down!
JDS with a big shot.
Herbdean's taking a look, but JDS is pouring the pressure on here.
It's another knockdown for the record breaker.
Tuivasa's only thinking about the finish here. He's expecting every one of these shots to land, and when it doesn't, he's leaving himself extended, and you can't do that against a fighter like JDS.
Tuivasa was going for the underhook, but he gave away the mounts. JDS with posture, raining down big hammers.
Full mount, he's striking from the bottom, which tells me he doesn't have an escape route here.
King Kong, he smashes his way to victory here in Adelaide. Big win for Cigano.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 30 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Junior Cigano dos Santos.